Howdy everybody. So I have a couple things. So before we get into the showcase and everything, I'm going to show you something that was pretty cool. That's with the engine sound overhaul that was recently done on August the 2nd. So I got a message directly from AKM, and everybody knows him from ICO and my videos in the past of the design showcases we went over, um, all the different tanks that everybody sent to me and everything like that. But I'm going to read this. It is directly from the developer. It was posted. You can read this on Steam. That's what, obviously, because that's what I'm reading it from. So, hi all. Lots of fun with this update. You've all got AKM and the ICO Sprocket community to thank for this one being so soon. Haven't gotten tired with the placeholder engine sound effects. They work together to provide and test the quality effects in this update. So, ICO and AKM contributed to the engine sound overhaul, which is really cool. Additions added new sound effects for the engines depending on the engine size. There are now unique sounds for the 4, 6, 8, 12 cylinder engines. Pitch and volume changes slightly with cylinder displacement. Each vehicle and engine combination should have its own unique sound now. Basically meaning, if you don't know what cylinder displacement is, it's the overall size of the engine, like cubic inches and like the diameter of the cylinder itself. And when you're building a tank engine, you can see that when you're designing it. And doing that is going to change the overall sound of the engine. And depending on how many cylinders you have, it's going to be different. Added new sounds for the tracks, making the vehicle feel heavier and various rattling and squeaks, which is really interesting. I like that. Fixes, fixed increased cannon aim shake, added multi-cannons back to the initial amount, full fix coming from the shake coming in the next few. I've kind of noticed that hasn't been like a crazy thing. Changes, lowered lateral velocity dampening now starts at lower speeds, then lowers until it's completely off by 60 kilometers an hour. This makes turning feel less slightly on rails, though it's subtle. Slightly less on rails. So turning is going to be a little bit different. It's going to not feel like, I don't know how to describe it, but everybody, you can you know what that means. You've all felt it, but so change visual effects for track dirt throw off. Cool. RPM counter now rounds to the nearest integer below 100 RPM. So those are the changes. That was the update. That was on August the 2nd. I'm a little late on it. Had things going on. But overall, community, ICO, and AKM basically brought this update to you guys by helping the developer do it. So that's pretty cool. So we'll get into the showcase now. Alright, so here is the first one. And you can probably tell by the color of it and the look of it that this is a vehicle from Muganeth. So this is a very long name, but this is the Yugitech Combat Vehicle Mark 22 Nova Variant AU-771 Stab Mod. And it is a heavily modified UCV Mark 22 variant featuring a stabilizer and a pretty sci-fi aesthetic. And this is the new poster girl for the Yugitech tanks going forward. So you will see why in a minute. It is very fast. Anyway, we had a pretty interesting thing where none of the decals messed up for me when I was loading this in. So let's check the armor really quick, and you're not going to be surprised about this, but it is red everywhere. The front of the armor is insanely thick. You're not getting through it anywhere. You can shoot there if you have 4,200 millimeters of pin, but I doubt you're going to make a gun do that. If anybody can make that number happen, I want to see the gun that does it. But if you get to the sides, you shoot low, that'll probably end up doing something to it. But the rest of the place, pretty thin. I mean, this can be penetrated somewhat until you get to the front, but like the sides, even the ass is 500 millimeters thick. But under the turret, you might be able to pin it, but I doubt it. So, what does the gun do? The gun, I'm going to switch it, is the UMBT Mark 1.5 Rift War Gun, and it is a 136 millimeter gun with about 202 pin. Well, 202 pin. So, a little bit over 200. not bad. Let's take it, and you're gonna notice something. This thing is extremely quick on everything it does. That you can hear those new engine sounds. It sounds so interesting. Oh, you can hear all the little sounds. This thing is so fucking fast. I can see why this is the new poster child for this. Holy shit, holy shit. Oh my god. God himself had to come down and kill this thing. Let's make it fight. What the fuck? Okay, let's make it fight some. I know it's not gonna pin me, but you know, let's pick something with that actually has armor. The engine sounds are so I like them. Can I just? I can't shoot the gun. What the hell? Well, I broke it. I don't know how. Let's reload it. I don't know what I did. There we go. Okay, I can shoot it one time. I don't. Okay, we can shoot it one time if I do this. So let's load in a vehicle. Let's load in another one and shoot it. Okay, I can't shoot it. Anyway, we get to shoot it one time. Okay. Every time I reload it. Interesting. Interesting gun. It's a very fast operated gun. It's got a stabilizer. Stabilizer actually replaced the B with a V. And, you know, flying fast as hell. It is very stable, as you can see. You could definitely hit something on the move with that. And then I hit the wall again. So, that was the first vehicle. A very interesting one. A cool camo. Let me take that off. Really nice decals. And, yeah. So, let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're on to the second one. This is made by Valen or Fictel. You've seen a lot of his vehicles. This is a series of vehicles that he has made, and this is the Koenig 2. You've seen the Koenig 1 before, and the amphibious one, which was in the last one. And the description: the successor of the Koenig 1, introduced rather late into the conflict. Its thick armor and large gun can take care of any vehicle you throw at it and live to tell the tale. So, one cool thing about this is that the gunner's sight is in the muzzle breaker end of the barrel, and you'll see it is actually pretty cool. So as you can see, may or may not be inspired by a certain vehicle that we all might know, but it's really well designed. I like it, and we're gonna check the armor on it really quick, and it is 155 on the upper, on the lower, 185 on the front of the turret. The sides are 80, 100, 75 on the 80 rear, 65 there, and then 10 down here. But you're probably not going to get shot there unless an AI decides I'm going to flank you. Let's check the gun. The gun is going to be a 89mm gun with 163 pin, which is not bad. So we're going to take it. I've turned the engine sounds up a little bit, or the effect sounds, so you can hear them, and I like it. We're going to drive it around. Keep in mind, heavy tank. More in the speed of historical-ish. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet so you can kind of hear the effects. So as you can tell, they're a whole lot different from where they were before. So with this vehicle, I'm going to stop and back it up and turn it. If it'll turn for me. There we go. And watch this. So we're in the end of the barrel. We're gonna shoot this one right here. And you can see, I'm gonna back it all the way back so you can see it, but you can see the barrel, like the muzzle brake itself around the sight, and we fire it. You can see it recoil. It's really cool. So we're gonna respawn it, and we're gonna put it against a Tiger 2 and see what happens. I would imagine it's gonna do pretty well. I almost accidentally showed off something. I know I have a Tiger 2 somewhere. I didn't think I went far enough. Ah, just a Panther. That'll work. I just wanted to make sure. I knew we weren't going to pin it. I knew we can just shoot right up through here. That bounced. No surprise. Make you sit still for a minute. Or just knock you out completely. That works too. Where did you hit? Probably somewhere where I can't see. Either way, really nice looking tank. Like the camo on it, all the decals. Pretty nice. And it sounds cool. The gun placement of where you put the gunner sight's really interesting, and I like it. So, on to the next one. Alrighty, on to the last one. Now, this is probably one of my favorite vehicles that I have had in this series so far, only because it's just interesting in the design and what it did and how it worked. So, this is another one from Valen or Fictal, however you want to, whichever one you want to say. And this is the N4B5 Toronto Whip Scorpion. Now, what this thing did, if you didn't know, basically was a minesweeper. But the description was a light war medium tank mounted with an anti-mine flail system. The tank itself has moderate armor plus extra armor, plates, and a 78mm main cannon. So this device was mounted in real life to Sherman's, and this was like a system to where it could raise and lower it and then turn it on, and these would spin, hit the ground where mines were or minefield, and clear a path for other tanks, troops, whatever. It also has another name that I'm not going to say because I can't, and it will get me. YouTube is a big no-no for the other name that this is called, and I'm going to let you do your imagination and try to figure out what it is. But just think about what it does, and yeah. So, anyways, into the tank. It is a really cool design. Now, there are some decals, and I've let him know about this, that common issue. We're working on fixing it. We have a system that kind of works and everything like that, but there was a emblem here that is now here that I placed, and then I had to fix the stay back thing on the back. So anyway, that does not take away from the design of the tank whatsoever, because this thing is insane, and it has so many tiny details in it, and just the fact that someone made this type of just thing in the game just blows my mind. It is so cool. So the armor on it will go over, like he said, extra added on plates right here on the upper plate and the sides. This was typically added on Sherman's where the ammo rack was, to just give it a little bit more protection. Kind of was a giveaway to where the aim to one-shot vehicles, that's kind of an issue, but not really that bad. Like I said, like he said, the armor is not too crazy on this thing. It is just a medium tank. But it's not terrible. It does have armor on it, and it's not too bad. Mobility is pretty good. It's not the heaviest vehicle. It's only a 22-ton, almost 23-ton vehicle. And the engine can carry it pretty quickly. So we are going to take it and drive it around, and I am going to see how well it does over these things. And something that I thought about. So we're going to get to the end of these things. We're going to drive over to the trench. So the gun, though, pretty cool. Not really stabilized, but you can understand why we're driving over stuff. Oh, can we do it? We got to turn a little bit, or we're going to go off. Come on, brake. I think it's because we're on these. We can make it though. Not a big deal. So think about this, right? So you drive this thing up to a trench. Say this thing was filled full of enemies. You drive right over a machine gun emplacement and place this fucker down in it and turn it on. Oh, you're gonna make a bowl of spaghetti out of that trench. That's hilarious. Now something else that I've noticed about this vehicle. So you can see where my gun is pointing based on that rotating cross, right? So watch the back of my turret. It is just the funniest thing to me. I don't know why it does that, but it's still hilarious that it's like right in the back of the head. It's like that meme. I'll pop it up on the screen. It's like that meme where you're your own worst enemy. So let's place it up against something. Let's do a panther. I probably won't kill it. Oh no, oh no. Come on, get the gun up. Can I hit it? I bounced. He won't. Uh-oh. We have a problem. I have died. Yes, that didn't work. So let's place it up against something else. It's Panzer II Officer J. Maybe this will do. Okay, it didn't kill me. It didn't kill me. I killed it. It shot the whip, and he almost nay-nayed me, but he didn't whip me. Now imagine you run up on like an armored car and turn the chains on, just beat the ever-living shit out of the truck. This thing's pretty cool. I like it a lot. So, top speed, pretty normal. It's not something crazy. Oh, can we make it? No, we can't make it. It ended up hurting my crew doing that. But, anyways, guys, this is the Whip Scorpion, and one of the coolest vehicles ever. So he's pretty much made bangers back to back that have been the thumbnail for 2 in a row. He's probably, actually, I think he's had more than that if off the top of my head. But, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. It's we're getting on up there. Like it. Tell me which one your favorite vehicle is. Tell me what you think about this thing. And I will see y'all later.